Today, we're going to study how to write a for loop for tables.
So Mr. Techie, I have a question for you.
Okay?
So my question is, can you code a computer to tell you all your multiplication facts?
Multiplication facts? What do you mean by that?
Like your 1 times 1 equals 1.
I thought we did it last
1
time.
times 2. Well, not like that. We want to make a bigger table with all of them from 1 to 10.
So you mean to say, can we write a program that generates the tables?
Yes, the multiplication tables.
So if you want to calculate the tables, Sanika, just like you said, right? What is a method that we typically use? So knowingly, unknowingly, we basically have a number whose table is to be calculated, and then we multiply that number 10 times from 1 to 10, and we get the answer. Is that right?
Yeah, but I also have a question.
Yes.
So you know how last time we did for our first video, we did the addition? So I know we can do it the same with multiplication.
Yes.
But how do you do it? Like, is the code going to be something like the same as the first one, and then we have to keep writing it over and over and over again?
No, that's a good point. That's a very good point. So luckily there is a concept called for loop, okay, by which you don't have to write that exact same thing over and over. There is a loop that takes care of it.
What does for loop stand for? Does it stand for forever loop?
Not forever. So the thing is, if you're calculating a table, you're going to be doing it from 1 to 10. So you're going to say my for loop goes from 1 to 10. So while writing the algorithm, I will explain you how the algorithm works, okay, and then we'll get to the coding. Make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions on problem statement?
No.
Have you understood the problem really well? Good job. Alright guys, so let's take a look at an algorithm to develop a table. The way it starts is step 1, take a number input whose table is to be counted. Okay, so any number you have in your mind?
Maybe the 6 tables?
6, perfect. So we'll calculate it 6. Okay, so the next thing is, Sanika, do we want to calculate table from 1 to 10? Yeah, okay, perfect. So then the step 2 is set a counter from 1 to 10. Okay, step 3 is multiply the number by the counter and print the same. Okay, and the next step is increment the counter, and we have to repeat this step, the increment counter, up to the step 2 till the counter reaches 10, and once that is done, the last step is end. So that's how the program ends. Alright guys, let's take a look at program for tables. So in this program, we're going to define first a variable and call it number for table. Let's make it, I think 7 is what we decided. Now let's say for counter in 1 to 10. Right, print counter multiplied by number for table. Look at how solid these new programming languages are. They in fact suggest me what I'm supposed to do. So then I say counter equals counter plus 1, and then you have to end the code, and let's run it, see what happens. Look at that, it's a table of 7. Now let's change from 7 to 9. Let's say it's a table of 9. When I was young, I used to have real difficulty remembering this table, 27. I don't know why, but this is a table of 27. So it's pretty good. So that's it. That's the code that we wrote. Now let's say if we want to add a little bit more complexity to that, and we don't want to, just spit in the numbers, but we want to spit in more like sophisticated way of how okay, multiplication of 27 and 1 is this, right? So how do we do that? So the way to do that is, so there is a syntax, and let's pretend that I don't know it. So in case if I don't know it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go to Mr. Google and say, hey Google, tell me how do I use Swift print statement variable. There it is. and then you can click on the official help. You can go and check somewhere in the link, something like this. So look at that, print this. So this gives you enough hint of how to do it. So I'll tell you now how to implement this in our code. So what we're going to do, we're going to say print. So before that we have to use this inverse and we'll say the answer of number for table multiplied by same thing counter is right. So let's just make it less complex. So let's just say this is what we want. Counter is this. So let's see how this looks. It's asking me to fix something. Oh, no, that's not what we want. So what we want to do is, let's see the syntax again. So remember what I missed? I missed the big bracket outside. So that's how we have to kind of get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put print bracket here and bracket here, and let's see what happens now. Boom. So 27 multiplied by 1 is 27, 27 multiplied by 2 is 54, and so forth. And this is a beautiful table that comes out of it. Okay, so thank you. Thanks for watching this video.
If you liked it, click the like button and don't forget to subscribe.
Also, hit the bell icon so you can get more of our videos.